Welcome back to more Chrono Trigger. Last time, we went through the main plaza on the top floor where we arrived, got ever so stronger, and then found a way down to the bottom of the sea. This time, Lavos beckons. We'll skip the fight with the Djinn, and here, this is that room that we saw before that had the lift in it, but the lift was not up to where we were. I've been meaning to use Robo and Luca together for a while. They've had techs ever since we went around in time through with the pendant, and we still have yet to see what they actually do. Besides, more magical elements this way in the party. Chrono, I'm gonna have you open with Illuminaire. Dangerous as it may be on those water enemies, I think it's just gonna be safe to do, and we'll find out. A 1200 HP! Counters non-water magic with water. You're like patronizing me, showing me, hey, this is what you should have done, idiot. Luca can't do anything because nobody is weak to fire. It's just kind of the name of the beast with her, unfortunately. Only does 33 damage. Robo, punch him in the face. Chrono, frenzy them in the face. Golden Stun on him is so good because he uses physical tech so often. You almost never want a regular attack with him unless you're just really impatient and trying to end a fight quickly. This does further show why Luca's not that helpful if enemies are resilient to fire. I hate to say it because I do stand by every party member being good. She's just kind of the one example of somebody being very situational to the point where I think she could reliably be called the 6th best party member because of situations like this. Ayla can heal with Kiss and be effective at it if she can't really physical attack anybody. She has Dino Tail that technically uses her magic stat to get around magical enemies. Everyone's got something they can do in every situation, pretty much except for Luca. Heal beam us. Give us your juicy, juicy beams, Robo. And by pressing this, it's a lift. It's also a gauntlet of enemies. We're going to be fighting group after group of enemy that we have seen before, and it's going to be going on for quite a while we ride to the bottom. Of course, it only takes as long as it takes to beat the enemies to reach the bottom. It just moves at whatever exact speed it would need to do to make that a reality for the sake of world building. Now, while we're going down, can I talk I say it like I'm talking, like asking for your permission with that tone. No, we are going to talk about how cool this story is because, oh, it deserves it so, so much. This is how you do a time travel plot and do it well. You want to know how a lesser time travel plot would have gone and how they so frequently go? We would have set everything up during the Millennial Fair. Everything would have been going fine. We would have set up how the world works and how everything typically is. And then as soon as we would have come back after saving Marle, suddenly Magus now rules the world because we stepped on a blade of grass somewhere. Everybody's treating it like it's just the way things are and we're the only ones who are wiser about it. So now we got to go back in time again and fix the stuff that we broke on our first time going back, but then we break even more things, and it's just going to be this endless loop of establishing plot points only to throw them away a few pages later. And that's what I don't like in time travel plots. You can do that right. It is possible. It's just very difficult to do right, and I feel like that's the hole that so many time travel plots fall into. Chrono Trigger does not introduce plot points to constantly throw them away. You see where things go. You travel through time, and you're not really interfering much. You're doing things more or less the way that they were going to play out anyway, and I feel like more time travel stories need to get that right, because so often it's always, oh, you stepped on a butterfly, so, suddenly the world has ended. I don't think that necessarily, I guess we don't really have time travel, so I can't really say for sure if, little things really would affect that much, but you get what I'm saying. That's how things are. Instead, in Chrono Trigger, the way that it uses time travel is to make it so there's never a dull moment in the story. We have multiple plot lines going on, sure, and we have times where we fumble around in prehistory, times where we go to medieval and all that stuff. Yet, it's never without purpose. Everything plays into the main plot from the moment we learn about Lavos, which we learn about in a pretty organic way that ties into one of the other conflicts with the Kingdom of Guardia taking Chrono on trial. All of it plays into the conflict of Lavos. Yeah, Frog wants to go stop Magus. That is what he wants to do, and he is motivated to do so, and we need to help him so that he can go do that. But we want to do it because that's what we think the origin point of Lavos is. And then we go to prehistory, and it's not immediately obvious why we're there. And then we find out that, again, everything we thought we knew about Lavos was not true. It's fantastic the way that it does that so well. And it's not only that, excuse me, that's a doorway, is it not? I see a doorway. Do you not see that doorway? There's nothing here. Hello? Okay, there, I guess it's just a really touchy hitbox. Never had that problem before. We're gonna hop back on the elevator and ride it back up really quick. I know that sounds stupid, but trust me, you want to do it. By riding it back up inside of this wall, only when coming back up is a magic capsule. That'll go on Robo. And yeah, okay, so we have all these different plots going on, all sorts of different things that we're doing, but they all tie into the main plot in a meaningful way. You repeatedly find out everything you thought you knew about Lavos was a lie. There's never a dull moment in the story. The way that it uses time travel is so amazing, where, yeah, you have Ayla and her cave people preparing for their final battle against Azala, but all those preparations happen off screen. You don't need to see them. You can just assume that they're happening in the background while you're off doing the climax of medieval times and taking on Magus. And that's what I think is so special about it, that it doesn't use time travel in the old, tired way that you see in so many time travel stories that just causes things to be really tedious. No, it does it in a way that makes the story move faster, move along at a better pace, so that you're just always in the climax of whatever plotline you're currently in. It's so good. I just wanted to give attention to that, because it's such a clever way of doing a time travel plot, and it deserves all the credit it can get. On the way down, Chrono got a level up, so did Robo. I did moderately better at the timing game this time. And hey, you guys, all right. How about you show us, well, not you show us, how about we show you a dual tech that we've been waiting to use? Well, okay, we'll use a triple tech. We will use the Ring of Fire! This combines the supersonic spin dual tech with Lucas Fire 2, making it hit the entire group of enemies, being a screen nuke that's fire elemented, doing 2,000 damage if they're not resilient to it. And that's not all we got. Believe it or not, even though we've seen the ice tackle for a while, we weren't using Luca for a bit, and we hadn't seen the fire tackle that she can do together with Robo. It's exactly what you think it is, with the robot tackle just being fire elemented. I don't personally think it's quite as impressive as the ice tackle, not because it's weaker or anything, but because, I mean, come on, you hit something so hard that its state of matter freezes solid. That's way more impressive than the thing any old machine can do, where they run into something so hard that it just explodes. One is clearly more impressive than the other. Robo and Ayla each got level ups. And Chrono too. And that's that. So at the bottom of the elevator, we have another one of these big open rooms. Off to the right. Okay, I don't want to go forward any more than I currently am. There's a long-winded way of saying, wait a minute. Give me my heals, Robo, and then we can do it. I presume this is probably going to split into other colors. Yes, it is. Okay. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think the red ones in particular, I've been wanting to show this, I think they also have a weakness to shadow? Yes, they do. You can hit the red ones with shadow magic, it just kind of sucks unless they're the only one. It's an obscure trait that they have that makes these fights kind of different strategically and can give you more options if you want to bring Robo into them. I just personally don't like it because Robo can't target one enemy with shadow damage. Never thought I'd be complaining about him having a low MP screen nuke when that's one of his most defining characteristics that I was praising earlier and said that I was really gaining an appreciation for. That's a switch in the wall. And there's nothing else. Oh, no! Okay, good. You can cancel out of that. Wow, that's very thoughtful, actually. Off to the left. I know what's gonna happen. And I'm gonna learn my lesson, for once. We'll have the original trio back together once again for this. They're even standing in the same formation that we are. That's perfect. We'll hit this other switch. Doesn't seem to do anything, but then we hit the center switch. From the lava comes a carpet that I don't... You could not pay me to walk down the middle of this. It's down with the lava on either side. I don't care how much you believe in Moses, I could not be paid to walk across this. This just looks so freaking scary. All right. Robo, Ayla, you two come back in the party for now. We go up, and there is another save point, as well as one final chest containing an elixir. Highly recommend saving. Even more recommend using a shelter. And inside we go. You truly made it all this way. Perhaps I did underestimate you. But this is the end. My pets will put a stop to you. Come forth, Golem Sisters! As if one of these girls was not bad enough on their own, there's two of them now. Oh, this is very similar to what we saw before. They each got about 10,000 HP, and they copy whatever it is you do. There are multiple ways this fight can be easy, multiple ways it can be hard. It's one of those fights that is easy only if you know how. What I'm doing here is I've brought Ayla and Robo into the party, not just because I like them both so much and they're so nice to have around, though that does help them a little bit in my eyes, but we're gonna put on a show for them and mesmerize them. They are actually weak to Stop, one of the few bosses that is. On another angle, you could always use Hypno Wave with Luca. Remember that that does hit all enemies, and that is something that they are weak to as well. Just want to freeze them in time, spread damage around, and we'll use Charm. Good to know that you're into that. And get a magic capsule. So now Robo's turn's coming up. I'm thinking maybe we'll do a beast toss on this one because it's already spent. We don't need to worry about keeping it alive anymore. We can just throw it all around. And I have to amend what I said about golems before. How it is true that they copy whatever you do, but it's not true that you want to be slow and careful. I was wrong about that. I thought that because I'd only ever lost that fight, and I noticed that when I was slow and careful, I was usually surviving better than when I didn't do it that way. You can kind of see how I thought that, because that fight's usually a forced loss on your first playthrough because you don't know that. What you're really supposed to do, and I thank you for telling me about this, is hit them with different elemental attacks repeatedly to get them stun locked, essentially. They're not able to imitate you right away. As you see right there, it said imitate copies light tech. And yet I was able to use Charm on it before it got the attack off. The plant, copies physical attack. Yeah, you see right there, it's taking it a little bit to actually counter us. That's because it cannot copy right away. It takes a little bit. So if you're constantly stun locking it in different animations before it's able to actually get the attack off, then you'll have an easy time of it just constantly trying to copy you but not being able to keep up. We got a boogie again, and we got a boogie fast, because just one of these guys on their own is pretty dangerous. Or, sorry, gals. Sorry, didn't mean to insult you there. I don't discriminate, shape, size, gender, or species. As long as you die, I'm fine with you. We'll do Frenzy right here. We should be able to knock it out in one cycle, because we were able to one-cycle the other one. Let me make absolutely sure that I've charmed you for the magic capsule, because I don't know for sure if I have. I've just been kind of telling you all about this fight, and that just kind of happens. It happened to me a lot lately where I don't know if I've charmed something. Good, okay, we're good. We can just, Robo, how about you Uzi punch him? Her, sorry, bleh. Mimic Dalton just burps in our face. They can finish you off if you're all weak on health, but they probably won't. Just another cheap way that they can beat you. 2,000 experience, 70 TP, 4,000 G. The sisters too. I suppose I've but one choice left. What's this? I feel something strange. Could this be Lavos' energy? This won't do at all. All my hard work will be in vain if I die before attaining immortality! It seems this is your lucky day. Farewell. There was a save point behind us. Might as well use it. Magic capsules. One for my girl, and one for my best friend. This is the Mammon Machine altar. Now is the time if you want to turn back. No. Shala, we're here to save you. Come on. Hit it just in time. It's a pity, but I'm afraid we'll have to shut down that machine for good. You're... Help! Shala! What are you doing, Shala? Control the machine! Chrono, the knife. Quickly, Chrono, there's no time. Here we go, Mune. Ready when you are, Masa. The machine's energy transformed the knife into a sword? The Mammon Machine! It's too late. He comes. It's no use. That sword alone cannot stop it. Lavos does not take kindly to being awoken from its eternal slumber. It's likely to do you in almost immediately. Destruction raining from the heavens hits even through auto-revive statuses. Took out Marl and Luca without so much as batting an eye, and it's already inflicted confuse on Chrono immediately. Thankfully, there's no other targets for Chrono to hit around. And that's all. How long I've waited for this. It's been quite some time, Lavos. I swore on that day long ago that I'd destroy you, no matter the price. It is time to fulfill that vow. Feel my wrath, Lavos! You truly think you possess the power? What are you but a false prophet? You'll be no more than grazings for the great Lavos! Mother, please stop this madness. This power can only end in ruin. Step aside, Shala. The almighty life force of Lavos flows through us all. You are a part of it. You cannot change that fate now. Oppose me, and I will destroy you. Come, prophet of lies. Feel the power of Lavos. My magic! He's draining it! I won't be beaten. I endured the darkness alone for the sole purpose of defeating you. Take this, Lavos! Ah! What? No effect at all. Ah! Fool! Your pitiful powers are no match for his. I shall give you a gift. Eternal life. As part of Lavos. Can you move, Chrono? Please, help Shala. Are you alright? At this rate, we're all doomed. Shala. Is Shala alright? I can't let science lose out here. Not like this. Chrono, we can't leave Shala here. You've still not given up. What do you hope to do? You would challenge Lavos alone? With that battered body of yours? Gaze upon the power of Lavos and your doom! haven't the power to defeat him then. Chrono! Where's Chrono? No! Chrono! There was nothing I could do. The last of my pendant's power will send you to safety. I know you will not be able to forgive her, but please do not hate my mother or our kingdom. I'm so sorry. Now quickly, to the surface. Chrono. A tidal wave!